Bună dimineața și bun găsit la BU! Sunt Sabina Iosub și vă invit să rămâneți alături de mine în următoarea jumătate de oră, căci o să vedeți ce lucruri importante aflați. Today, here with me in the European Parliament in Strasbourg is the Commissioner for Agriculture, Janusz Wojciechowski. Thank you so much for your presence.
Thank you for the invitation.
It is very important for us in Romania to understand what you've done at the European level, because there were a lot of discussions, of course, there were a lot of crises, and we will discuss them step by step. So, as a first question, how is the agriculture of the European Union looking now?
No, first of all, the European agriculture is functioning in very difficult circumstances. First crisis factor was pandemic, the biggest pandemic in Europe in last 100 years, because in end of the First World War there was similar scale pandemic, Spanish influenza in Europe. The second is, of course, the Russian aggression against Ukraine, the war close to the European border, close to Romanian border, of course.
Close to your border, to
close
Poland.
to my home country, Poland, yes. And this is the first time from the Second World War in last 8 years. And climate events, climate disasters, the drought 2022 was probably the highest in the last 500 years. And I'd like to use this opportunity to thank Romanian farmers for their contribution to ensure food security in the European Union in these very difficult circumstances. This is huge effort, and we should thank every day our farmers in the European Union, also Romanian farmers, because contribution of Romania is huge, and not only in the food production, but also to facilitate export from Ukraine. This is the role of Romania is the most important, because the majority of transit from Ukraine to Europe to third countries is this is the transit via Romania. That's thank you for that, for this effort, Romanian farmers, but also the Romanian workers in infrastructure system. Huge effort and great achievement.
We were mentioning the crisis. One of the biggest was for Romania and for your home country, Poland, was that one created by the cereals in Ukraine, because you know the debates, you know that there were some protesters around this area, and it's normal when the farmers were affected. Do you consider now that you have done everything to calm down the situation, to put everything in order?
First of all, I like to mention that all the problems which we had and which we have, which are some of them, they are continued. This is the consequence of the Russian aggression against Ukraine.
Sure.
Before the war, 2021, there was normal trade between Ukraine and Europe. Majority of Ukrainian grain, because Ukraine is the big producers and exporter of grain, first of all. Wheat, maize, barley, rapeseed. And almost everything was exported via Black Sea road to the third countries outside of the Europe, Asia and Africa. But after the Russian invasion, the Black Sea road was blocked. Ukraine was with the recorded harvest 21, and there was a problem to export this grain from Ukraine. It was the reason that part of this grain was exported to the neighboring country. It was the problem, because before the war, Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, Poland didn't import Ukrainian grain. But after the Russian attack, the scale of import of grain to the European Union, and mainly to these 5 frontline member states, was the value of this import was increased 6 billion euro. I presented this data in the European Council meeting as that it is 3 times more than well-known agreement Mercosur, which caused the consequences €2 billion for European Union 27 countries, and this is big concern of farmers everywhere in Europe that will be disruptive for the competition of European farmers. But here, to the frontline member states, 5 member states, 6 billion for whole European Union, 5 billion for these 5 frontline member states. Thanks this explanation, the achievement was that European Commission introduced temporary ban of the import of 4 types of grain. It was wheat, maize, rapeseed, and sunflower seed for 5 frontline member states, including Romania. This ban improved the situation. That's the pressure for this market was stopped. But we found the negative consequences for transit, because during this ban, transit from Ukraine via Romania mainly, and also the other frontline member states, was increased just about the monthly from 3 million tons to 4 million tons per month. Now the situation is we cooperate with Ukraine. There is the platform in the European Commission coordinating the action. There is bilateral cooperation with the member states. No, the problem is, of course, not finished, because the war is not finished. Everything is the consequence of the war. But,
and we know this very well. Romania is a neighbor country, Poland is also, and we've helped from day one, and we're still helping. And nobody put this on question. But from having the green corridors to having affected our farmers, it's a long way, and that's why the Commission intervened and took some action to protect the farmers in the European Union. Do you consider that is something more to be done in this area in order to protect the farmers?
I think the most important which should be done is to diversify the solidarity lanes, because this is too much for Romania. I'm under impression of the Romanian effort to support solidarity lanes, but we need to distribution of these solidarity corridors. But the problem is that, for example, the transit via Poland this is additional costs, because it is direction from Ukraine to Indonesia, for example, is not via Poland, via Germany, via the other Hungary. But this is the question of the cost to organize the transport to the other seaports, Baltic seaports. This is the problem for the future consideration, how to support the alternative corridors. This is a very important challenge.
If we are putting this on a side, the discussion about the cereal crisis, and looking at the other things that are covered by the big umbrella called agriculture, what have you done till now in your mandate for the farmers in the European Union? Because we know the pieces of legislation that appeared and that are very important in terms of money for the farmers, in terms of encouraging young people to stay there, to work in the farms.
This year we have the first year of the implementation of the new common agriculture policy, which was debate about the reform was finalized 2023 is first of implementation with the new system, eco schemes. Yesterday we had the Agri-Fish Council meeting, and generally there is positive feedback from member states about the implementation of the new common agriculture policy. For example, the eco schemes, the farmers are interested very much to participate in the system of eco schemes. What is the important that this is also my approach, to incentivize farmers, not to force them to require more than now. We need the agriculture which is more friendly for environment, for climate. We need to do more for the animal welfare standards, for example, the carbon farming, water management. This is very important. Soil health, everything is very important for the long-term resilience of agriculture. But we need to support farmers. We need more support for farmers. This is my voice also as a Commissioner for Agriculture. We need to strengthen the future budget for agriculture. First of all, budget for crisis support, to support farmers in the crisis situation. Returning to the question of the problems with Ukrainian import, we supported the farmers by the crisis reserve from Common Agriculture Policy. Romania was also, Romanian farmers received support from this crisis reserve. But generally, the amount of what we have for disposal is too small. And we need stronger budget to support farmers in the crisis situation, because we have the risk of crisis is very high. The climate events, political risk, like the war in Ukraine or other aspects like COVID. We need more instruments to support farmers from the European level.